Good afternoon, everybody. Wait for another about 2 minutes or so. So, in case someone is joining, we'll wait till another 2 minutes, and then we start. We start now. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's topic, as I had posted in the WhatsApp group, that how does a disease start? Now, if the body is functioning in a normal routine, the kidneys are functioning normally, lungs, this digestive system, all the organs, they are functioning in a routine manner. So there will never be a disease. The disease main cause is the toxin accumulation in the body. Now, how does it start? And this has started about in the last about century. In the last 100 years, this change in our diet system, wherein we have shifted away from our natural diet, has greatly affected our body. For example, when we were mostly village bound, there were no shops for ready-made food. Food was always made in kitchen and consumed by the house members only. Food was never purchased. Now what has happened is the number of food, ready-made food which has come up. It could be vegetarian, non-vegetarian. I don't intend starting it, naming them, but there are numerous places. And gradually, our generation, that is, who are about 50 plus, they have made this progression. We felt very happy going to a burger shop, taking our kids for a party, going to a pizza joint, organizing birthdays, and we felt very proud. Actually, the disease has started in the last 60 to 80 years when we started moving out and started eating in the market. The market food that we started eating was never ever taken as a meal, was always considered to be as a snack. We never reduced our normal regular meal. We still had those dal, chawal, roti, sabji, which was made in every kitchen, in every home. If you went out, let's say let's say you had gone out for a South Indian food, you go there, you have idli, you have vada, you have a masala dosa or a normal dosa at a time when it is not your meal time. If you've gone at now, gradually we have progressed in a manner wherein we go to such places at the meal time. But initially they were like snacks. 5 o'clock or 11 o'clock. And the moment it was a lunchtime or dinner time, we again switched back to our roti sabji dal, uh, chawal. Now, in the last 100 years, there are these 4 revolutions which have happened. And now I'm coming specific to India. The Green Revolution. It was the production of wheat and rice. The Green Revolution is justified because that time there was no grains. There were famines, and we had to have some grains. And that is how Punjab was started feeding the whole country. Then came the White Revolution from Gujarat. Started the produce of milk, the products of milk. Now, gradually after that, then came the Pink Revolution, which we have still not affected with the meat. And the fourth one is under progress. That is the Blue Revolution. That is the seafood, fish and seafood, which we have still not got affected. It's not even started. And whatever it has started, it is very negligible at the moment. Now imagine your house, which has got a water tank and it is overflowing. And when it starts overflowing, there is no exit, let's say, on the rooftop. Your roof will get filled. The moment it gets filled, probably some water will seep down the staircase, come to the, let's say you have a 3-story house, it will come to second floor. From the second floor, it will seep down. Firstly, it will flood the second floor. And then through the steps, again, it will come to the first floor. And gradually, when it reaches the ground floor where you are actually sitting, you will realize that, okay, there is no exit somewhere. Okay, then you start making an exit at the ground floor first. You forget about the closing the water tank. You're more interested with what is happening at the moment. A similar thing happens in our body. When our carbohydrate intake is increased, the other content, like the fiber content, has gone down. The carbohydrate content has gone up. Immediately, the first thing which will happen. Now, why carbohydrate content has gone up? We have introduced bread in our breakfast. We have all sorts of snacks, ready-made snacks or ready-made breakfast, those cereals or the muesli or the oats. You just want to save time. In the bargain, actually, we are cutting out our own time in our life. And what happens is you have those breakfast. We have introduced all types of cakes. No birthday party is celebrated without a cake, pastries, patties. Now, all this have got carbohydrate. Now, where is this carbohydrate going? This carbohydrate is not required by the body. So now what body does is, body starts pumping this extra glucose, which is the byproduct of carbohydrate, into the blood. Now, all cells have already got the complete energy with them. They don't want any more glucose. But they have to cater for some reserves. So they start converting them into fats. Now, gradually, a person who is eating such a diet, a carbohydrate heavy diet, starts putting on weight. And this process of eating too much of carbohydrate and start putting on the weight is good about 3 to 5 years. You are not alarmed by any other symptoms. You are moving towards a sedentary lifestyle, eating away to glory all the snacks, other things which are available in the market, increasing the carbohydrate intake and thus increasing the glucose level in your blood. Now, when the glucose level of the blood has increased, that is, the rooftop has got completely flooded. Now, water is moving towards the stairs. That is the time body decides, okay, this many glucose is not required. So what the body does is start storing fats in the cells. When the fats are also stored, again, the carbohydrate intake is more. The body start producing cholesterols, because the arteries and veins, the walls the other function of cholesterol which takes place, the body says, okay, let's the extra glucose be converted into cholesterol. There comes a time when the water flows from the third floor to second floor. This is the stage wherein your body's excess glucose, excess fat, excess cholesterol. This is the time body again starts refusing to place all the cholesterol which it has placed in the body. Now your triglyceride will increase. And what has happened is you haven't gone in for a normal regular checkup. All this fat, cholesterol, triglycerides, they all have increased. There will be no symptoms of uneasiness which will crop up. Besides that, you will become obese. Now, when this condition comes, and let's say you happen to accidentally take go in for a lab test, or probably you just thought, okay, I'm not feeling well, because naturally all organs are overloaded with each and every material. The kidney is working overtime. Now, if you go in for a test, probably you will start taking tablets to reduce your diabetes or other things. Now, let's take a condition where this water which was flowing from the tank has now started moving on the first floor, from the second floor. This is the time the kidney will start reporting, the gallbladder will start sending signals to the body that I have got more work, which happens normally nowadays. मैं सबसे ज्यादा काम कर रहा हूं, मैं घर में सारा काम कर रहा हूं, तुम लोग जो आराम कर रहे हो. This is the thing which the kidney and the gallbladder starts sending signals, SOS signals. Now is the time when the body says, okay, you got extra toxins, okay, start making stones. So your gallbladder stones formation starts at this stage. Now, your condition has been going on, it's almost 10 years of excess eating carbohydrates. In the 10th or 11th year. Now, why kidney and gallbladder have been asking the body to make stones? It's a simple reason. To make stones, a separate enzyme will have to be made. Your toxin will have to be converted into stones and stored, because they cannot be removed from the body. So those extra enzymes will be produced by the body because the kidney and the gallbladder are crying. And probably you have not even gone in for any test so far. And come 15 years with the same diet, you start having, let's say, some problems with the kidney. You go in for a normal urine test. Then you go for a urine culture. And there, your creatine, other things, everything is high. You start taking medicine only for that particular thing, not realizing that your problem is not that particular year. It started 15 years ago. Because of the heavy carbohydrate intake. Okay, now you don't have any kidney problem. You have gallbladder stones. Supposing your stomach pains and you land up to a doctor, he says, okay, you have gallbladder stones. And immediately says, okay, gallbladder is of no problem, no organ required in the body. You can remove the gallbladder. Gallbladder is the main function of gallbladder is your fats breakdown. So you have immediately gone in for a gallbladder operation, and now this fat conversion in your body has stopped. Okay, now you have not even gone in for operation. The gallbladder was also making stone merrily, and there is no symptoms in your body. You will still continue. Now, since you are eating too much, the stomach acid is not being fully neutralized before it reaches your intestines. The acidic portion of the food has now reached intestine because the bile juice and other material was less for the amount of food that you were consuming. Now what happens? Now comes the stage where the water has reached the ground floor. And that stage is your leaky gut. Because of this acidic environment, there is a leak in your gut. The microbes are almost to a verge of elimination. You have digestive problem. In the men, immediately there is a prostate gland issue. The sperm counts go down. In the women, there is cyst formation. Because of the cyst formation, there are fibroids and allied problems. Now the water has reached the ground floor. Now definitely there will be some symptoms which will make you rush to a doctor. Now in such a condition, when you reach a doctor, the doctor will not tell you that you are eating too much carbohydrate, or you have, they will come down to one particular thing. Okay, you have leaky gut, you have gallbladder stones, you have kidney stones, you have indigestion problem, you have your the burping. When you do burping, the burning sensation which is there. He'll give you antacids, gel. He'll first give you all painkillers, and if there is some smart doctor, he may put you on steroids. This is when the doctor is only treating the symptoms, whereas the problem has started about 15-20 years ago. In our generation, when we were the present generation who's 50 years and above, we are the culprit actually. We thought it is very fashionable to have bread, butter and jam, to have bread and omelets, because we saw movie stars having sun side up, single fry, double fry, or probably those narulas, paranthe wali gali, the KFCs, the McDonald's. It is fashionable. It was fashionable for us, because I was thinking, I am earning. Why can't my kids enjoy? And I have in the bar pushed them to a very unhealthy diet, which I regret. And we all regret. So the main problem starts when your carbohydrate intake goes up. Now, there are some other smart people. I can carry on actually, because the next stage which is going to come is cancer. Now, the body will start making dumps of toxins, gallbladder stones, kidney stones. The lung efficiency will gradually go down. The oxygen intake will go down. The pH value will vary, and thus will form an environment in the body wherein it will be a cancer. If the stomach which has got punctured, you will have stomach cancer, kidney cancer, or intestinal cancer, or whichever organ is being affected, where the worst accumulation of toxins has happened, that will be the place associated with the cancer. So the main culprit are high intensity, high level of carbohydrate intake, which we have been doing for last 50 years. Now there are some smart people who will tell you, okay, carbohydrate zyada le rahe ho, okay, band kar do, leave out, don't take carbohydrate, go on a protein diet, go on a fat diet. Don't go on such a fat diet. Carbohydrate is energy. Your body is functioning like an engine. That engine fuel is carbohydrate. You require carbohydrate. Without carbohydrate, the body will stop functioning. If you go on, let's say, protein diet, high protein diet, your kidney will be the worst. Kidney will have to, many people, they just have chicken because it is very high protein, not realizing that the animal protein, our body doesn't have enzymes to break down the animal protein. They keep lying, and if you are in the worst condition, wherein your toxin accumulation has reached whichever stage, these animal protein, whether it is from milk, whether it is from meat or from fish, it will get accumulated in your body because the body doesn't have the required tools to break it down. So never ever, if you have realized that the best thing to do is to come down to a balanced diet, which we have been talking from the very first day. Now, the balanced diet is a fruit, let's say an banana, itself is a balanced. You don't have to add. It has fats, it has proteins, it has carbohydrates. It has got everything. One complete apple is a balanced diet in itself. Now, someone may go to extreme. I did that. That's why I'm sharing it with you. I said, okay, I will just have fruits and salad. It suited me. Within 6 months, I was off medication of all diabetes, hypertension, high triglyceride, high cholesterol, high BP, everything was normal within 6 months. But I was lucky because a simple carbohydrate with more fiber is the basic necessity of your body. You can't keep throwing water in your bathroom and accept it to get clean. You have to put a cleanser. You have to put some cleanser to wash off the dirt. Once that dirt has been removed from a place, then you pour water. Similarly, your fiber-rich diet is a necessary. Now, the largest source of glucose, you'll be surprised to know, is the bark of a tree. Largest source of the dalchini, which is the bark of a tree, all barks of the tree are 99% glucose. But the glucose is in a format which cannot be absorbed by our body. That is why we don't eat. That is why we don't eat those barks. Similarly, no animal, no cow or goat or camel you would have seen eating the barks. Though bark has got 99% glucose. Because this glucose, our body is not made to absorb such glucose which is there in trees. That means we have to eat something for which our body was made. Our body has got tools, something the same example of a stepney. A stepney is not just a spare wheel in your car. A stepney is useful when it got a necessary jack and a spanner. Then only you can change a flat tire. Similarly, a grain is a complete food in itself. It has got the carbohydrate, it has got the enzymes in it, it has got the barn and the other things which are already part of it, which the moment you ingest that particular grain, the breakdown is there with that grain. That is why the grains that we have to take, it has to be unpolished. We go for polished grain. Now, basically, today's topic was how we develop these diseases, and the only reason is the change of lifestyle and diet in the last 100 years, wherein our carbohydrate intake has increased to such levels where we are inviting the disease in our body because of excess of everything: excess of glucose, excess of cholesterol, excess of triglyceride, excess of stones. Excess of stones. Stones is basically what? Condensed toxic material kept by the body at a place for some later stage to remove them. Kidney stones are the same. Kidney is unable to filter out something, some protein. It could be your chicken, it could be that lamb, or it could be even your eggs, or if you're fond of milk, the animal protein, which is there in the milk, which because of the excess load of the kidney was unable to filter it out. It has got converted into stones. It is there. Once it reaches a size where it has gone beyond the acceptable level of the body, your pain will start. So the disease's main cause in the last 100 years is the carbohydrate intake, which has increased. And the solution to that is, which I have been talking, is your positive grains. Wheat and rice are negative grains. I have already explained about the C3 and C4 synthesis. All the 5 grains, which I have mentioned them as the positive grains, are the ones which have C4 photosynthesis, which break down slowly in the body. The release of carbohydrate is gradual as per the requirement in the body. Unlike the C3 photosynthesis, which is wheat and rice, which break down all of a sudden, and there's a spike in the carbohydrate breakdown in the body, and thus the spike in the glucose. So if today I have been able to explain that the main culprit is carbohydrate, and you have now realized it, I think I've finished with my lesson or whatever I wanted to share it with you. I'm open to any questions now. Yeah, you may start. Anyone can start. Yeah, Jasur, how are you?
Hi, sir. How are you? I'm quite bindas, you can say. Doing well.
Great. So basically, I thought since you're following Ayurvedic, most of the medicines are from the prepared by milk.
No, not exactly, sir. Milk, I'll say, sir, it's not mandatory that you have to take milk in all the Ayurvedic preparations. It's only when, well, I have not used milk for those
Yeah,
things. I'll say.
Ay Ayurveda, वो कहते हैं ना कि ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से.
Ji.
So when the condition is such that you require a bigger, heavy weapon, so the milk is used as a weapon actually.
Weapon only, yeah.
Not as a dietary substitute.
That's true, sir. But despite that, I have been having milk since my childhood, and I haven't left it yet. What I feel, sir, of course, you have been talking a lot about milk, not to have it. But if you have that capacity to ingest it into your body, so it won't affect you much. But provided the quantity is in a very meager form, and I haven't left it for that reason.
You
Since I'm
see,
pure veg, sir.
yeah, the problem is not with the milk. The problem is with the animal protein. Now, just
Exactly, sir.
because the first thing anyone who hears in this today's environment, who has been drinking milk for the last 50 years, is our forefathers have been drinking, and they all were 100 plus. So there
Exactly.
are two things. Firstly, the adulteration part and the non-adulteration part.
Right.
So the present milk is adulterated. Okay, we don't talk of the now because everything is ill with the adulterated milk. Now the unadulterated milk, which our purvajas and great grandfathers and grandfathers are having, if you go back to a village, 99% of the milk which whosoever was producing was immediately fermented and converted into curd. It was hardly 1% which was used, and that too, just to give you a simple example, to produce 1 kg of ghee, the milk from 25 cows were required, because each cow could spare only a liter or so, and 25 liters of milk was converted, fermented, made curd, and that's how 1 kg of ghee was produced. I have even come to know actually now that ghee has become that protein free. In the old context, I would like to say that the Krishna Kanhaiya was Makhan Chor and never a Doodh Chor.
Right.
He never had milk. He had Makhan. So the moment the milk is fermented and that butter is taken out, or ghee, it's converted into ghee, that particular butter and ghee is animal protein free. Milk is non-vegetarian, makhan is vegetarian. Because that animal protein has been removed from that particular thing.
Sir, I agree with you, sir.
I thought today there will be many questions because yeah. Any other question?
Pramodji, I have a question.
Yeah,
प्रियंका
ma'am.
अग्रवाल जी सर, एक तो आपने जैसे मिल्क के लिए मना किया था, तो मेरा मिल्क का कंजम्पशन वैसे भी बहुत ज्यादा कम था। एंड मैंने काफी साल पहले एक ट्रेनिंग अटेंड की थी जहाँ पे उन्होंने यही बताया था कि मिल्क नहीं लेना चाहिए, सो आई स्टॉप टेकिंग मिल्क एंड ऑल द मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स। But gradually, after a few months, I started facing the deficiency of vitamin B12. So, is it like related, or is it not related? Because then doctor told me that as you have stopped taking milk and all the milk products, so vegetarians के लिए B12 के sources बहुत कम होते हैं, so probably because of that.
Ma'am, I'll ask you one simple question.
जी,
You believe in the doctor, you believe in science.
I believe in science because of lack of knowledge. I want to
No,
understand
no,
that why vitamin B12 deficiency.
I haven't asked the question.
Okay.
You believe in science, you believe in doctor. These doctors today are the best as far as in the last 100 years are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
The number of hospitals should have come down.
Yes.
Why they have not come down?
Yeah, see, doctors are not guiding us in the correct manner because that's what their business is. But then, what is the source of the knowledge then? Because on the internet also, B12 deficiency is generally associated with the sources which they say is animal products for B12 or maybe milk and mushrooms or a few more. So I really don't know, how to get B12 because B12 deficiency मुझे काफी frequently हो जाती
Ma'am,
है.
you don't have to go to any doctor. You yourself are the doctor. I am a doctor of my. Basically, if you go in with with one sentence, what is natural that has to be eaten?
जी.
If you go with this premise,
Mm-hmm.
you will get everything. No deficiency will be there. Now, as far as B12, now B12, vitamin D, I've already explained. B12, I'm telling you, the problem is that we have stopped fermenting our food. We have stopped making pickles. We have stopped the other things which are dadi and the mothers and great grandmothers doing it. A simple lemon pickle. I don't buy any pickle from the market. Simple lemon pickle. Just cut lemon, put some moderate amount of salt as per the quantity, add ajwain to it and pack it in a bottle. Initially 2-3 days, every day shake it up a bit, and the fourth day you start having lemons. They got fermented.
So pickles
Now
initially
the
बहुत खाए
problem
जाते
is
थे, लेकिन gradually कम कर दिया because of lot of salt consumption जो pickle के through होता है, इसलिए generally धीरे धीरे pickles खाना बंद कर दिए. पहले तो pickle बहुत खाए जाते थे घर में, so that was one of the reasons.
मैम अपने आप बनाओ, उसमें नमक कम डालो. नमक इज बेसिकली प्रिजर्वेटिव, नेचुरल प्रिजर्वेटिव.
जी 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 जी
सेंधा नमक डालो उसके अंदर,
जी.
अजवाइन डालो उसके. और मैं तो वेट भी नहीं करता हूँ. मैं तो उसके साथ 2-3 मेथी दाना डाल देता हूँ, थोड़ा मेथी दाना डाल देता हूँ ताकि फर्मेंट हो जाए. I add raw haldi,
जी.
garlic, green chilies, and my pickle doesn't last more than 15 days. Because the more या तो हो कि वो पुराना दादी ने डाला हुआ है जो सालों साल चल रहा है, तो वो अब हमारे पास तो इतना टाइम भी नहीं है कि ऐसा पिकल पहले हम सीखें और डालें. A simple fermented food will give you all the B12 necessary B12 in the body. Any fermented food. You ferment the any of the those 5 positive grains. Any of the grain. समा के चावल ले लो, वो कंगनी ले लो, हरी कंगनी ले लो, कोड़ा ले लो, और उसको फर्मेंट कर दो. फर्मेंट करना में कुछ नहीं करना है. दही में तो फिर भी दही डालना पड़ता है. Just cook it, add extra water and put it in a warm place, and that's it. Next day it is ready.
Okay.
So it gets fermented like your dosa batter or the idli batter. आपने उसको पीसा, एक दिन भिगोया, एक दिन पीसा, और next day do you add any fermenting ingredient to it? Nothing. वो अपने आप हो जाता है. It's rice and dal. Similarly, pick up, and there are numerous channels now on the YouTube which will teach you how to ferment positive grains. Very simple. And the beauty of positive grains is that you will stop eating. One full diet of the positive grains will not make you hungry for the next 8 hours. The reason is the carbohydrate content divided by the fiber content is less than 1 or 1.
Yes.
And if you do that with the rice and wheat, it is 25. So now what happens is, because of the reading 1, the carbohydrate content divided by the fiber content is 1, the breakdown is gradual in the body. The gradual breakdown as per the requirement, the absorption, the digestion is gradual. And thus, you don't feel hungry. So, any fermented food. Now, the problem is that we go, it's just 1/4 of a lemon pickle, which is sufficient to give you all B12. The problem is कि हम पराठा भी खाएंगे, वो तेल का बनाएंगे, वो गोभी का अचार बनाएंगे, तेल में डाल के बनाएंगे with the carrots and radish and everything, और वो अचार हम सब्जी की तरह खाएंगे. तो उसमें the salt content has gone up, the fats have gone up. You may be eating healthy fermented pickle, but we have taken too much.
Overeating of the pickle.
Overeating. Yes. So actually, food should be taken like a medicine.
Yes, yes.
So, अगर वो 1/4 lemon आपको चाहिए, and I'm not denying, even I am a culprit. I had about half a lemon today, and not sorry, but 3/4. तो ठीक है, आज खा लिया. But my if you look, if I put a plate of mine, it has got 2-3 juliens of raw haldi, 2 garlics, 2 slices of ginger, and 1 green chili. Now, what I've done, this is my normal thing. Now, if I have to prepare such thing before each meal, it will take me half an hour. Slowly, I'll stop eating it. I pickled it. So
Yes.
it is there lying in front of me. I just pick up from the pickle and keep it there. Now, this pickle which I have made now of raw haldi, ginger, garlic, and green chili is in apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
All I have done is I put everything in a jar, poured some 2-3 lemon juice, 2-3 lemon juice, and topped it up with the apple cider vinegar. Now this apple cider vinegar will remain there. It will keep fermenting. It will stop because I have added lemon also in that. And now gradually when the pickle goes down, I keep adding garlic, keep adding raw haldi, green chilies on weekly basis. So every week it is getting fermented and it is ready to eat any day.
Yes.
So you have to do this.
Okay, so I'll start making those pickles. मैंने भी कांजी भी बनाया था because थोड़े दिन पहले मैंने देखा था कांजी is also a fermented food. So गाजर की कांजी बना के I've started using it, which is helping me. So I've been trying to be on a balanced diet for quite some time now. It's been 7-8 years that I'm trying that. But I generally face a problem of constipation. I don't know why. I'm generally on fruits and vegetables and grains. I actually avoid wheat chapati. I try to have ragi or bajra or jowar or chana only. So I want to understand what can I do more for to get rid of the constipation. Water, I have good intake, 12 to 13 glasses of water I take daily minimum. So I just don't know where the problem is having. I just don't know.
The problem is in fiber. Your
Okay.
ragi, jowar, bajra is neutral grain. When I say neutral grains, the fiber content is less than the positive grains.
Okay.
What you do is, you if you can get hold of online take 2-3 days. There is a milk samake chawal, unpolished ones. So you can get those whole grains, you can get the flour also, as well as the flakes also.
जी.
With the flakes, you can make your poha. With the grains, you can cook them as a normal rice. And with the
Atta,
flour,
chapati.
you can make chapatis.
जी.
The thing is, you should know how to make them. The flakes, you don't have to add water. You saute your vegetables, all the vegetables that you have to, and just put all the flakes, let's say a cup of flakes in them, and just sprinkle water.
Okay.
And just stir it.
Yes.
Within 10 minutes, your poha should be ready. Now, making rice, they should not be pressure cooked. They should be in the open vessel, or the best is earthen pot.
Okay.
If you get hold of an earthen pot, and the ratio is simple, 1:2, and just boil it, and your rice is ready. It is as good as normal rice. Roti, boil water, 1:2 is the again ratio. Boil water, in the boiling water, sim the gas, pour the complete flour, and mix it vigorously without making any lumps, and leave it there for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take it out, and you'll be able to make the dough very nicely. Now, the problem is people add warm water to the normal flour and try to knead it. It will not be, you will not be able to make chapatis. The absorption of water is more in the positive grains.
Okay.
Boiling water, sim the gas, pour the complete flour into it, and mix it gradually, not making lumps. Switch off the gas, cover it, leave it for 10 minutes. It will cool down also, and you will be able to knead a much better dough than the wheat.
Okay.
And this goes for all the positive grains.
Okay.
So now the first poha, the first rice, and the first roti should be good. Then only you will be actually encouraged to do more.
Yes, that's very true. If it doesn't turn out well, ना तो फिर बहुत demotivation हो जाता है.
So don't worry. Order your grains online, get them online. In the meantime, if you can get hold of a small quantity from somewhere, just try to make it in your house.
तो
Once
मैंने
you
2
get
पेज
your,
मंगाए हैं अभी. समा मंगाया है और एक कंगनी मंगाया है. कंगनी I think is foxtail.
yeah,
So अगर मैंने मंगाया, I'll start trying it from tomorrow. So what about oats and quinoa? What do you think, we should consume them or not?
that oats again, हमारे देश में तो होता नहीं है.
जी जी जी.
First thing is, it's not our food. It is वही है, फैशन वाली बात है. We go for the fashion actually. We should stop. मेरे घर में ओट्स रखे हुए हैं, मैं उनको क्या करता हूँ, मैं उनका रसम ओट्स बनाता हूँ. वो जब इट्स अगेन आई थिंक गीता और someone is there, Geeta's kitchen, and just write Geeta's kitchen rasam oats. Fantastic. 10 minutes recipe.
Okay.
What you require just cumin, mustard. Acha, that is for tadka. You require tamarind to make tamarind water. In that tamarind water, put finely chopped tomatoes, boil it. The moment it boils, you pour everything, whatever is there, the oats, prepare the oats, and then normal cumin seeds and mustard seeds ka tadka and it is ready.
Okay.
And there is another 3 things. Okay, the black pepper, cumin seeds, and garlic.
Okay.
A paste has to be made, which is added to that initial
Tamarind paste.
Tamarind and tomato mixture. It comes out so good. I'm telling you, it's a complete meal in itself.
Okay, I'll try that recipe.
So oats. Now, what happens with the oats is the best thing is oats you mix it with something. You put oats. The thing is, the moment you have oats, we get a signal of snacks. We never get a signal of complete meal. That is the problem.
मील में ही लेके जाती हूँ ऑफिस बना के टोमेटो ओट्स. कभी कभी, मतलब आई एम नॉट वेरी ओट फ्रेंडली, मुझे ओट्स बहुत पसंद नहीं है, बट किनुआ आई लाइक. किनुआ की काफी सारी रेसिपीज, कर्ड किनुआ एंड किनुआ का पोहा, किनुआ का सैलेड. I started making all that. So it's
मैम ये
किनुआ.
सब आपके लाइफस्टाइल गुरु हैं जो ये सब दे रहे हैं. इन सबको कमीशन जाता है कुनवा खरीदने का, इन सबको कमीशन जाता है ओट्स खरीदने का. ये सब कॉर्पोरेट का. वो आप टीवी देख रहे हो. मैं आई हैव नॉट वॉच टीवी फॉर लास्ट 15 years. देयर इज अ टीवी हियर व्हिच इज ऑलवेज क्लोज्ड. आई हैव जस्ट मूव्ड इनटू अ हाउस where I had this. I had to hang it up somewhere, so I have hung it here.
तो टीवी मैं भी नहीं देखती. I don't get time to watch TV. So,
So what basically I'm
everybody
saying,
talks about quinoa and all
no,
these
no,
things. So I'm just
not your
asking.
fault.
Yeah.
I'm not fault finding. What I'm saying is corporatization of the food is the worst thing happened. हमारे खुद के देश में 5 मिलेट जो बने हैं अभी जो मिले हैं, they have already been tested by Dr. Khader Wali. He's a scientist again, who's the millet man of India, who just got Padma Bhushan for this. He has already done the research. उसने 5 मिनट निकाले हैं, वो 5 और निकालने वाला है. हम 5 से काम चला लेंगे. I give you a simple example. In the last 1 week, I have been only on millets, that too only on समा के चावल. I tried to explain to my wife कि 2-2 दिन छोड़ के करना है. मैंने कहा नहीं ये रोड ब्लॉक नहीं लगाना, इसको समा के चावल पसंद है, समा के चावल चलने दो. Within a week, I'm telling you, it has made such a drastic change in our digestive system, in our mood, in our लड़ाई कम हो रही है. the her readings have come down. It was never below 100. Morning reading was never below 100. Today it was 72. I have put 78. She has already told me that मेरी reading तो सही डालनी थी, 72 है. तो ठीक है, मैंने कहा गलती हो गई. मैंने कहा शाम जो मीटिंग में बता दो. So now what has happened in 1 week? The fiber content has increased. It has nothing to do with the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate content in any case, C4 photosynthesis था, breakdown slow होना था, वो slow हो गया. But the most important thing is fiber content. Now, if you go to a doctor today, कि fiber content, वो कहेगा इसबगोल खा लो. तुम आशीर्वाद का आटा ले रहे हो जिसमें से उसने पॉलिश करके निकाला है और फिर वो एक अलग बॉटल के अंदर इसबगोल बना के उसको आपको बेच रहा है, and we are happy. You understanding, ma'am, the corporatization of the food, how it has happened?
सर वो समझ में आता है, बट ये समझ में नहीं आता कि सही चीज क्या है. So that's why when I've joined this group, I was really happy to get to know the alternates which I can use. सर एक मेरा क्वेश्चन और था. पहले आज से 10 साल पहले जब हम बहुत जंक खाते थे और पूरे टाइम गंदी चीजें ही खाते थे, तब कभी बॉडी में डाइजेशन की प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. आई मीन इट्स जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन. आई डोंट नो इट्स द एज फैक्टर और समथिंग. आई एम 40 नाउ. सो अब जैसे आई ट्राई टू बी मच ऑन फ्रूट डाइट एंड वेजिटेबल डाइट. बीच में लास्ट ईयर मैंने 2 महीने फास्टिंग की थी फॉर सावन. उसमें दोपहर को मैं फ्रूट्स खाती थी और रात को मैं यही कोई मल्टीग्रेन की एक चपाती, मल्टीग्रेन नहीं, ये आपका ये जो आपका ये रागी वगैरह रहता है, इसकी कोई रोटी खाती थी और साथ में सब्जियां खाती थी. इन 2 months आई रियलाइज्ड मेरा बॉडी का हेल्थ स्ट्रक्चर बहुत अच्छा हो गया था. एनर्जी लेवल्स बहुत अच्छे हो गए थे. स्लीप साइकिल कम हो गया था. मुझे कुछ मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल्स में प्रॉब्लम थी, वो सब मेरी ठीक होने लगी थी. आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी अबाउट इट. पर जैसे वो 2 महीने पूरे हुए, वी स्टार्टेड गेटिंग बैक टू द नॉर्मल डाइट. मम्मा ने बोलना शुरू किया, आप खाना खाना शुरू करो, दालें खाना शुरू करो, रोटी खाना शुरू करो. एंड सर देन व्हाट आई रियलाइज इज कि जब मैं सडनली फ्रूट डाइट्स पे शिफ्ट होती हूँ, मुझे अच्छा बहुत ज्यादा लगता है. बट अगर मैं किसी भी दिन कुछ जंक खा लेती हूँ, जैसे कल हम एक किसी मंदिर में गए थे, वहां प्रसाद में कचौड़ी खानी पड़ी क्योंकि वो प्रसाद था, तो मुझे बहुत ज्यादा गैस्ट्राइटिस फील होने लगा सडनली. मतलब तो इज डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम इज गोइंग बैड, और मेरी कैपेसिटी कम हो रही है कुछ भी खाने की, या माय बॉडी इज रिटेलिएटिंग दैट व्हाई यू आर ईटिंग अ बैड थिंग राइट नाउ व्हेन यू आर ऑन अ गुड डाइट. आई जस्ट डोंट नो व्हाई इज दैट. बिकॉज सब मुझे ये बोलते हैं कुछ खाओगी नहीं तो ऑब्वियसली डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम तो खराब हो ही जाएगा, शरीर को आदत ही नहीं पड़ रही है खाने की, तुम फ्रूट्स डाइट पे और इन सब पे ही हो, इन सबको खाने से कुछ नहीं होता, थोड़ा खाया करो ये सब फ्राइड भी. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाई इज दैट हैपनिंग.
And fiber. When you were on that Sawan fast, your fiber content was as good as your carbohydrate content, almost one. The moment you have, now the thing is कि someone like your mother said कि अब तू normal diet पे आ जाओ. Actually, that is the normal diet which you were there for 2 months.
Yes, I agree.
That is the normal diet. Now, what has happened over a period of time is that we have got used to wheat and rice.
Yes.
वो दिमाग में आ गया। अरे भाई वीट और राइस खाना है तो अपने आप ग्रैंड मदर की तरह खाओ ना। ग्रैंड मदर 1 महीने से ज्यादा गेहूं पिसवाती ही नहीं थी।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
उसको 1 महीने पिसाने से पहले पहले वो मेरे को मालूम है, नानी के घर 2 मामा की ड्यूटी लगती थी। उसको जो है धोया जाता था, जो जितना पिसाना है घर में। जो हम छुट्टी गए तो सारे सब कजिन्स आ गए हैं, तो वो दो दो कनस्तर भर के जो है उनको पहले धोया जाएगा, फिर उसको धूप में लगाया जाएगा,
फिर
फिर
उसको
उसको
चक्की पे
एक दिन।
पिसवाया जाएगा।
हाँ, तो अभी अभी हम आशीर्वाद का उठा लाते हैं, वो 9 महीने चलता है। उसके ऊपर जो एक्सपायरी डेट है 9 मंथ्स की है। क्यों? क्योंकि उसका जो जम उसमें ना सुरहरी पड़ती है वहां। आए दिन जब देखो कनस्तर के ऊपर, और देखते थे कि वो आज पिसा के लाए, अगले दिन उसमें सुरहरी पड़ गई।
सुरहरी पड़
दैट
गई।
मीन्स दैट, हाँ, तो वो आज के हमारे आशीर्वाद आटा में आशीर्वाद मिलता ही नहीं है किसी भी सुरहरी को।
हाँ, that's true, that's true.
तो one has to question that actually. So that
हम्म।
is unnatural. We are having unnatural food. तो वो बीमारी होगी। The most important thing is fiber content. Now fiber content का क्या फायदा है? फाइबर कंटेंट का ये फायदा है कि उसका ब्रेकडाउन स्लोली होगा। It will not be all of a sudden like a refined sugar or the wheat and rice carbohydrate. जो C3 photosynthesis है। C4 so photosynthesis, I hope you have read about it. It is a slower process. The body has to break it down into two molecules, and from two molecules it has to further break down to one molecule. So, so it is a gradual process. With the gradual process, your gradual absorption takes place. Gradual absorption से वो accordingly इंसुलिन उसी हिसाब से बनती है। दी ब्लड लेवल के अंदर ग्लूकोज अपने आप कंट्रोल होएगा। जब आपका ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस है तो अपने आप ग्रेजुअल होगा।
Yes.
So the
Sir, I
most
wanted
important
to,
thing is the fiber. Yeah, ma'am.
yeah, so I wanted to share that I've always had this mental block that I will never be able to eat only fruits for a day. Huh? And after joining your group, I tried for first time and it was so good. I felt so light, did not feel sluggish at all. जब भी normal अपना lunch खाते हो, उसके afternoon में you feel very, very sluggish after the meal. I used to feel. ये फीलिंग ही नहीं आती। सो आई मीन शुगर, ये कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स के वजह से शुगर लोड ओवर जाता है इसलिए स्लगिश होती है बॉडी, या क्या होता है?
मैम देखो, जैसे आपने वीट खाया तो वीट खा के जैसे ब्रेकडाउन होगा स्टमक के अंदर, इट्स अ
नो,
C3
इवन ज्वार की रोटी आई डोंट ईट, आई ट्राई एंड अवॉइड वीट, मे बी वंस अ वीक आई ईट। फिर भी क्यों, व्हाई इज दैट डिफरेंट?
इन द आफ्टरनून।
हाँ, क्योंकि जब नॉर्मल खाना खाया तो फिर भी इफ आई एम नॉट टेकिंग वीट देन आई शुड नॉट बी फीलिंग sluggish, but when I'm on fruits I feel very refreshed. I did not feel at all sluggish or sleepy.
वेरी नाइस मैम। आपका वाटर इंटेक कम होगा मैम।
Acha, water intake for no, I drink all, my body requires a lot of water is what I've realized.
The you should have about a glass of water 40 minutes before meal. What it will do is once you have it for 2-3 days, it will prepare the stomach to receive the food. It is something
Okay.
like कि आप कहीं घूमने गए थे और आके आपने खाना बनाना है, तो चाहे आप बर्तन धो के गए थे, लेकिन आप कुछ भी खाना बनाने से पहले यू अगेन रिंस इट इन वाटर बिकॉज यू वांट टू फील सेफ कि साफ है। A similar rinsing of the stomach will happen with a glass of water 40 minutes before the meal. And if you take 40 minutes before the meal, the water will cleanse it and move away. So the moment you start eating, the digestive juices will come and the food digestion will start. Now what happens is, supposing you are having water in between the meals or just before the meals or after the meals, this water will whatever acid bile juice which has come for the digestion, it will neutralize its effectiveness, or it will dilute it. The moment the acid in the food is got diluted, that much more time it will take for the digestion. If the acid was not diluted, the food will get faster, digested faster. And the moment the food is digested, the body doesn't want to keep anything in the stomach. It will move. It will move ahead. The moment it moves ahead, now what happens if you have not been drinking water at all, or drinking water between the meals, before the meals, or after the meals? The digestion will slow down. The moment we have meals, the body has got one major task to do. That is of the digestion. And once it is digesting a food and the juices are neutralized, it is taking more time. The body has to, it is something like, has to mobilize all its resources for the digestion. So our aim should be to drink water 40 minutes or before that, before meals, and after meals is 2 hours. You have to drink water after 2 hours. You have had meal. So
2 hours.
2 hours.
I've been following not drink. I had the habit of drinking with the meals, which I completely stopped. Then 40 minutes before the meal, yes, but then I started drinking 1 hour after the meal is what I generally used to follow. So,
Ma'am, it is 2.5 hours actually, but when I
Acha.
put anything half, it's the memory doesn't registers it well. So I have, that is why I have said 2 hours. So 2 hours you don't forget actually.
Acha.
2.5, there's a more chances of forgetting 2.5 hours. So I say, okay, 2 hours. 40 minutes before meal, 1 glass, 2 glasses, 2 hours after your meal.
Okay. Okay.
And this sluggishness will go away, because the more concentrated your digestive juices are, the much faster will be your digestion. If the you're drinking water, the digestion is taking longer time, the sluggishness will come, because all the resources of the body have been converged for the digestion of food. When I say all the resources, like the heart will keep pumping, the lung will keep breathing, but the flow of blood, the other things like toxin elimination or other things, or whatever the other jobs of the body are, they will be put to rest, and that energy will be utilized. The enzymes will be released to do all that transport, everything. The body will use it for the digestion, and if you increase the digestion, the blood will get thicker. The moment it gets thicker, you will feel sluggishness. But if the food is digested within the stipulated time and has moved out of the stomach, you will never feel sluggishness, and water is the main reason.
Acha. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. I will try and follow this 2 hours. I will let you know after a week, because I like to
Right. Any other question?
definitely find. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
I thought today I'll be bombarded by questions.